the stick hit me in the eye and the face, or on the head. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. And it just like dropped.
I think they're trying to tell us. Oh, see? No, see? Nobody is around. Close that up.
The most terrifying encounters are those that shift from calm to life-threatening in a heartbeat. Imagine shredding down a mountain while a predator tracks your every move, or hearing voices in an ancient forest telling you to leave immediately. These moments prove that what you don't see is often what you should fear most. If your survival instinct started screaming, would you have the heart to stay? This clip is a viral recording from 2026 featuring Kelly Murphy. The entire incident unfolds during heavy snowfall and extremely limited visibility. Kelly is snowboarding with her headphones on, completely absorbed in the moment, enjoying the run, and focused only on the sensation, unaware that just behind her, something dangerous is moving closer. What makes this video so remarkable is that Kelly never realized throughout the footage that a large bear was following her from behind, and not in a harmless way, at least, judging by the sounds it was making. That lack of awareness may have protected her, because without recognizing the threat, panic never had the opportunity to take over. She didn't stop. She didn't make a fatal mistake. She simply continued riding, focused only on the slope. Moments like this spread quickly online because they are rare, turning into stories shared for years. Kelly experienced the ride of her life and only understood the danger after replaying the video later. Sometimes remaining calm without recognizing the risk can change the outcome, and small choices make a bigger difference than we realize. Do you think she was simply lucky? Or was there another reason the bear never closed the distance? For this clip, we head all the way to Russia to witness something that might appear almost ordinary there, but in reality, it is an extremely dangerous act, one that in more than 90% of cases ends in death. The footage is brief, so let's take a look.
Дай ему пирожок там. Подожди, я ему сейчас руку дам. Дай пирожочек. На скорей. На скорей. На пирожочек. На скорей. На. Вкусно?
Да.
Вкусный пирожок? Дай ему сюда. Иди скорей. На скорей. На пирожок. На скорей. Иди скорей, на. Че, невкусный, что ли? Что-то хрякает, что-то не нравится ему. Вот так, умница. Вот так вот. Красавчик ты мой.
In some ways, it may seem harmless, but where there are two bear cubs, the mother is never far behind, and polar bears are not animals you challenge because you don't walk away. A polar bear may be the only creature that deliberately hunts anything, including humans, and the chances of escape are low. You can even sense it in their exchange when they mention needing to hurry, because they understand that at any second the mother could appear and everything could turn dangerous immediately. But when you really study the cubs, still so young, you notice how large a polar bear already is, and then you begin imagining just how enormous their mother must be. Sometimes people step closer than they should, even when they know the risk and the outcome can change in seconds. Would you have stayed that close, or walked away before it was too late? The following footage was shared on the YouTube channel Indiana Jones in October 2022. In the video, a British YouTuber named Richard began a solo van camping trip near Great Yarmouth in England after finishing work. He got straight into his van and started the roughly 4-hour drive from the northwest toward Great Yarmouth. His plan was simple: an overnight stay at one of his planned spots, then the entire next day, with his son at the zoo before heading home that evening. However, as he neared his usual location, he quickly discovered that every nearby campsite was fully booked. Because of that, He chose to stealth camp at different locations around Great Yarmouth, including a first choice, a backup, and a final option on the seafront that he did not feel comfortable about. When he arrived at the first car park, it was crowded with modified cars and groups of people, which would attract too much attention to a small van attempting to stealth camp. So he immediately abandoned that idea and drove toward his backup location. But along the way, major roadworks and diversions kept pushing him off the main highway and onto unfamiliar roads.
Now, there's a couple of spots that I've stealth camped down there before, on the way down there sort of thing. So when I get down to the
first spot was full of cars. Joys are doing it on a Friday night. All the little boy races are out with their little groups.
that last one is the one that's sort of a last resort, so to speak. It's typical seafront. It's a bit nervy sort of place. It's a 5-hour journey from the northwest of England all the way across the country to Norfolk coast.
Right, off to the second spot. Uh-oh, we're coming up to roadwork signs. Keep seeing signs saying follow diversion. Just down here is my second spot, my second choice. Oh no, I'm just gonna have to go down to my third choice. It's the one I didn't want to have to do, but hey, it's the third choice. I know it's gonna be available when I get it.
With no better option, he headed to a seafront parking area in Great Yarmouth he had hoped to avoid. When he reached the seafront, there had been a power outage, and he noticed at least one other van or camper in the distance. The absence of streetlights and the surrounding darkness made the area feel even more uneasy. He tried to get some rest, but in the silent, pitch-black street outside, he was suddenly awakened by movement around his camper van.
I've just pulled up and I've got a light on this, that's how you can see me. So you've got a camper van down there, but it's absolutely pitch black. Got the lights on there, but it's quite eerie actually. There's my little paradise for tonight, because I don't want people to see outside. Full double bed that I'm sat on here. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
I think they're trying the doors.
I can hear the van going. Yeah. Alright, I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Look, see? Look, see? Nobody is around. Close that up. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. So I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm dead shaky.
After being jolted awake and feeling the van rock, Richard, shaken by the disturbance, grabbed a light and stepped outside to look around. He found that his fuel cap had been tampered with, suggesting someone tried to steal fuel or break in, but no one was nearby, the person likely disappearing into the darkness. He went back inside, secured everything again, and attempted to calm himself, choosing not to leave so late at night. However, around 4 a.m., he was once again woken by movement near the back of the van.
I think they're back. Right, that's it. I'm moving spots. It's a Friday night. I've had some time to think. It took me about half an hour to find another spot, and I've dumped it in that. I'm by a road, but I don't care. It's getting on now. I actually have to wake up, but it's a Friday night. This does look like a van. Doesn't look like a camper van. That's possibly where I made the mistake. I might just chop a window into the side of this just to make it look like a camper van. Worst case scenario, I've got a walking pole down there. I can do absolutely nothing with it.
After the second disturbance, he had enough. He gathered his belongings, started the engine, and drove away, searching for a safer place than the seafront. Sometimes the smallest decisions about where to park can change everything, and not every threat needs to be seen to be felt. Do you think it was just bad timing, or was that spot always going to end that way? By morning, despite everything, he kept his promise, took his son to the zoo, and turned the day into a long, enjoyable break away from the previous night.
We're walking underneath an acorn tree, and
An acorn just hit me in the head.
the acorns are just flying up and hitting us in the head.
Yeah.
Mo Sargi is a well-known YouTube creator. Alongside his main channel, he runs another one focused on his life with his family. On January 9th, 2026, he uploaded a video documenting a visit to a piece of wooded land he had purchased, hoping to enjoy nature and spend quiet time with those close to him. But during that visit, he discovered something unsettling on his property. Deer hunters had constructed several makeshift hunting blinds without permission or consent. Mo Sargi walked the land, documenting each illegal structure and marking their locations to gather clear evidence. Once finished, he returned to the small cabin he had built there. The plan was simple: split some firewood and start a fire inside. Everything seemed calm again, but as often happens, things do not always go as planned.
Oh man, that was probably the dumbest thing that's ever happened to me. I think I broke my nose, maybe? I don't know. I just never done that before. That's the first in my life. Holy shit. I literally, like, I dropped right here. I literally tried to cut some wood. I grabbed one of these just pieces of kindling that I have here and broke it just like that. That's what I usually do. Somehow it caught me off guard. When I kicked it to break it, it flew up and the nail end, the stick hit me in the eye and the face, or on the head. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I've never, like, it dropped me, you guys. Holy shit. My head hurts. I'm contemplating whether I should go to the hospital or not. And I probably got it on that camera. Oh my god, let's rewatch that footage. All right, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. So my nose is, I don't know if it's broken or maybe it says very sore, because that hit me really hard. But that hit that I just took was just really, really bad. My teeth hurt, my gums hurt, my head hurts, and my eyeball hurts. Got lots of work to do. A snowstorm is coming, so I'm gonna stick around here today to clean. But if my condition gets worse, I'm definitely gonna leave.
Fortunately, Mo Sargi was not seriously injured, and his condition did not worsen. Still, it would have been wise to seek medical attention, since injuries involving rusty objects should never be ignored. He was also fortunate the nail did not strike his eye, because the outcome could have been far worse, even permanent vision loss. Sometimes it is these ordinary tasks that suddenly become dangerous, especially when you least expect anything to go wrong. It shows how quickly a simple routine can shift in seconds. Do you think this was just bad luck, or a reminder that even small mistakes can carry serious consequences? For this clip, we shift our focus to the channel WW2, History Hunter, a platform dedicated to exploring locations connected to World War II. The channel features investigations at sites directly tied to that tragic period of human history. Among its uploads, one particular video stands out. In it, the creator placed multiple trail cameras throughout a forest, hoping to capture what he described as possible paranormal activity, specifically what he believed could be ghostly figures of soldiers from the war. After some time, he returned to retrieve the cameras, and what appeared in the footage was at the very least intriguing.
I'm just here to show you what the images are, and I'll put some comments on. Well, this is basically what cam number 1 sees through its viewfinder. First being recorded as photos, and then 30 seconds of video. Probably it's the first night. Looks like a mouse or something starting to run around there. That's basically what you see in this first clip. Alright, that was that camera there, and was tons and tons of stuff. Shadows, well, daylight shadows and wind and rain, all of that is there, but there are some pretty special things there. Second cam, I want you to take very good notice of the long branch in what position it lays. As you can see it here, different kind of images that I'll show you later. There is something really, really weird going on there.
As this segment closes, it leaves behind more questions than clear answers. While searching for one type of mystery, the creator may have encountered something entirely different. After everything that was recorded, heard, and almost seen, it becomes difficult not to think about legendary creatures like Sasquatch or something similar. Of course, there is always the possibility the situation was staged. Do you believe this was a genuine mystery, or something carefully constructed to appear that way? The next unsettling video comes from Rick and His Van, a UK-based channel that blends van life with subtle paranormal exploration. Rick's investigations emphasize real-time reactions, minimal theatrics, and quiet observation, often using simple tools like EMF detectors, while visiting graveyards, abbeys, and nearby woodland. It is November 3rd, 2024 at Alton Abbey and the surrounding woods in the United Kingdom. Rick and his wife prepare to enter the graveyard and nearby forest. Their phones serve as flashlights, and an EMF detector is switched on before they step away from the van. The atmosphere already feels tense.
Right, we just had a massive spike on that EMF detector. All the lights started shining, all the birds flew out the trees. I don't think they can cause radiation. Radioactive birds.
Without warning, the EMF detector spikes sharply near a tree. At that exact moment, birds burst from the branches above, scattering into the night. Both Rick and his wife are startled by how closely the physical reaction in the woods aligns with the EMF reading.
It's going nuts.
I'm actually very scared.
We got ghosts, Lise. Seemed to come off the tree. Whoa, look, it's going by the tree. It's going mad. It's going nuts.
As they move deeper, the detector reacts again, fluctuating intensely near the trees. Visibility is nearly non-existent, and the thick darkness makes it difficult to tell where paths begin or end. The woods feel disorienting, especially with the device responding in areas that appear empty.
This has not gone to plan at all. I've got no idea where I am. I can't even see her. I've lost her. I don't know if she's playing a prank on me or something. She's going to jump out behind the tree. I don't know where she's gone. She's still in the middle of the bloody... I found a torch. I'm still in the middle of the bloody woods. I'm just going to try and see if I can make my way back to the van. Lise! I'm actually freaking out now. Lise!
Okay, I don't know if it's just playing a prank on me, but I can't find him anywhere. Rich?
The situation escalates when Rick and his wife become separated in the darkness. Rick realizes he cannot find her and begins calling out while trying to navigate the woodland alone. For several tense minutes, neither knows the other's location. Eventually, both independently find their way back to the van, reuniting without injury, but clearly shaken. Back at the vehicle, they decide not to continue the overnight stay. They reflect on the EMF spikes, the deep darkness, the sudden burst of birds, and the stress of being separated in unfamiliar woods at night. Although a monk was present elsewhere on the property, and no confirmed paranormal event can be proven, the experience is enough to end the investigation early. When small events line up at the same time, it can feel bigger than it is. Darkness and isolation can also change how things seem. Do you think this was just coincidence or something reacting to them being there? The next video comes from Anonymous Prepper, a survival and preparedness channel focused on real-time challenges, underground shelters, and testing personal limits in environments with little control. The content is minimally edited, relying on direct-to-camera narration and authentic reactions as events unfold. It is May 21st, 2025, in a rural woodland in the United States.
It's so complicated at night, right? Alright, let me see. Over here. Kind of long.
Anonymous Prepper enters the forest at night, openly acknowledging a sense of unease. He explains that survival training often requires operating in unfamiliar terrain after dark, when navigation becomes more difficult and instincts are put to the test. His movement through the trees is slow and deliberate. Visibility is limited, and every sound seems amplified in the darkness. He stresses that fear is part of preparedness, and learning to control it matters just as much as equipment or shelter.
Alright guys, we're here at the bunker. It's nighttime. So we're gonna hop in the bunker right now, okay? Yo, we're here in the bunker, okay? It's gonna be nice and shady here. Alright, we added some benches up in here. Alright, now the plan still stays the same, okay? We're gonna be digging this out. Alright, our plan is to go deeper underground and make this even a little bit more wider.
Descending into the bunker, he briefly shows the interior. The space is simple enclosed and dark. It provides protection from the elements but offers little comfort. Outside noise from the forest fades, making the shelter feel cut off from the world above. He outlines the night's challenge sleeping in the bunker without supplies in what he describes as a military-style rest scenario. The goal is to see whether he can relax and sleep in an unfamiliar, confined environment. As time passes, his tone becomes quieter and more cautious.
Alright guys, you have asked for it, and I'm gonna deliver, okay? I'm gonna be doing an overnight challenge here. No supplies. As you can tell, I don't have my backpack on, so I'm gonna show you an example of how I'm gonna be sleeping tonight. In a bad situation, guys, you guys gotta be willing to sleep anywhere where I know where hopefully no animals will get to me tonight, okay? We do have coyotes here. Luckily, we don't got no bears where we stay at. So this is how I'm gonna be sleeping, okay?
As the night continues, his confidence declines. Fear begins to take hold, and he no longer feels capable of staying until morning. Instead of forcing the situation, he chooses to leave the bunker early, openly recognizing that panic has set in. The challenge ends not as a failure, but as a lesson. Night environments can overwhelm even experienced individuals, and recognizing when to step back can matter as much as pushing forward. Would you have stayed through the night or trusted your instincts and left? Some storms don't feel threatening at first. They linger just long enough to make you drop your guard. A woman is camping alone deep inside a flooded forest where the rain never truly stops. Day and night, the steady sound fills the space. At first, it feels soothing, but gradually the isolation grows heavier. Everything is soaked and the cold begins to settle in. Staying warm becomes a matter of survival. In conditions like this, the danger isn't dramatic. It comes from small things: a fire that refuses to catch body heat, slowly fading, and no one nearby to help. She relies on fire-starting gel just to keep the stove burning, because in a rain-soaked forest, losing fire means losing safety. Sometimes the risk builds slowly instead of all at once. When calm lingers too long, that's when trouble begins. Would you still feel safe after hours of non-stop rain? This clip comes from Megaman SX, a UK-based paranormal exploration channel focused on solo spirit communication, EVP sessions, and EMF testing. The investigations remain calm and conversational, allowing events to unfold naturally without dramatic reactions or heavy editing. It is January 6th, 2026, in an ancient woodland in Wales, United Kingdom. The investigator enters the snow-covered forest just after midnight, to conduct a solo paranormal experiment. The plan is to walk a looped trail while performing callouts and monitoring an EMF reader, then stop to attempt spirit communication using audio-based apps. Early on, he notes that the woodland is historic, once connected to a larger estate and nearby manor. Conditions are cold, icy, and dark, with visibility limited to the narrow beam of his flashlight. Once the EMF device is activated, the first callouts begin.
Oh. Got 3 there. Well, nice to meet you. If that's you, contacting me. If you want to talk, or follow me, I'm going to be doing a quick lap around this little path. Dark. And we'll see. Okay. Calm down.
During these early attempts, the EMF reader starts spiking in response to direct questions. The investigator briefly considers whether the flashlight or device placement might be causing interference, but the readings continue even after adjustments.
Honestly thought I saw something in the corner of my eye then. Down there somewhere.
Another spike occurs. At the same moment, he reports feeling something brush against his arm. Despite freezing temperatures, he also notices unusual warmth in one hand, contrasting with the cold air.
Like that? Wow, you can get it all the way up. Now that's impressive. It's quite exciting. So how many okay, let's try this. Are you able to make it stop? Can you stop completely? Freaking out, okay. I guess it's quite a few of you trying to touch this now, because I did ask. To be fair. Oh.
Repeated EMF spikes follow as he invites interaction and continues asking questions. The device appears to respond in real time rather than remaining static, reinforcing the impression of active engagement.
Maybe we can catch something on there. Turn them up. Are there any spirits around me? Yes. Bitch. I'm no bitch. If there are any spirits around me, could you come forward and maybe say your name? I can't catch you. Could you give me a name? Jan or Jane? Alright, if there is a Jan there. Yeah, hello. How long have you been here, Jan? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying the snow? I'm enjoying it.
After completing the loop, he builds a small fire and activates a spirit box-style app for direct communication. Responses come quickly, including repeated name-like sounds that suggest more than one presence. EMF readings continue to spike, especially when questions are asked. Subtle physical sensations, including warmth in the hand holding the device, persist. As brief exchanges occur, some responsive and others silent.
I don't really want to go back down there now. Horrible feeling. I'm not a chicken. It just said chicken. I'm not a chicken, but I'm getting chills all down me now. I'm not sure why I'm getting chills. So is Jan still with me? Yeah, Jan. I hear a lot of Jan or Johnny. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It's a little unclear, but that's what I'm getting a lot of. Or Dan, maybe. Either way. Yeah, I keep hearing you telling me to leave. Why are you telling me to leave? Why are you telling me to leave? Am I welcome?
As the session progresses, the tone shifts. He begins hearing repeated instructions to leave and reports chills, anxiety, and a growing sense that the area has become unwelcoming.
Be afraid of, you know. But yeah. Anyway, I think, and we'll come back at a later time maybe, and maybe explore a little deeper there, along the other way. Get a bit closer to the manor building, I suppose. But to the spirits or entities that contacted me tonight, thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. And I'd like to say goodbye, and I'll meet you another time.
While walking back through the woodland, further responses reinforce the message. Recognizing the change in atmosphere, he ends the experiment early and exits the area. No clear explanation is offered for the EMF activity, the responses, or the physical sensations, leaving the encounter unresolved. Do you think something answered him, or did the setting influence what he heard and felt? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.